Well, the Seaport neighborhood is welcoming a vibrant new addition to its culinary scene. The Block at Woods Hill is brought to you by a dynamic duo hoping to redefine the meaning of community and craft. Chef Charlie Foster is one of the two bringing this new vibe to the Seaport. So good to meet you.
You too.
Thank you so much for being here. I think people now want to know all about what's behind a new restaurant like this. You have a farm in New Hampshire, right, where all the produce, everything comes from, even your meats. So tell a little bit about where the idea for this restaurant, The Block, comes from and what you're focusing on this spring into summer.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we wanted to do something that wasn't just a restaurant. We wanted something for the neighborhood. We're running Woods Hill Pier 4, which we opened in 2019, right next door, the same building.
Right.
And this is sort of like an expansion, like a little sister concept. And the idea here was to really showcase, sort of put on display more in depth and for the customer to see what's going on in the farm. So we have 4 dry agers in the middle of the dining room where you can see all sorts of different cuts being aged. You can see us making our charcuterie from all of the fun bits from the animals.
Sure, sure.
And just showcasing the story behind the ingredients that
it's become more important to people, right?
Yeah.
You know, when customers come into a restaurant, they love to kind of be immersed in the entire experience. They know a lot. They've probably traveled a lot if they're Boston customers. And so they want to see your process. What's your favorite that you've brought here today?
I mean, one of the things that I think took the longest to develop is this Parisian-style ham. So that is like a 2-week process to make that. And, you know, a lot of the pig is the ham, and it can be challenging when you're running a whole animal program, which I've been doing for the last 12 years.
Wow.
We keep adding restaurants, and the purpose for it is to use all of the animal. And so this is sort of the final piece.
And that's the way to make it part of New England, right? That you're really getting a local experience. People in the neighborhood can come by. They know it's from not far away in New Hampshire. And this is interesting. You were telling me about this.
Yeah, so that's a pastrami, but that's a pastrami made from swordfish belly.
Wow.
And it's a cut that is a lot of times just discarded because it doesn't grill, it doesn't cook the same way as the loin. But it has a really great texture and fat content to it, and it smokes really, really well.
Like chicken wings were thrown away once upon a time, right?
Anymore,
we learned how to utilize all of the chicken. A charcuterie board has become a favorite for people to share around their kitchen island or their family occasions. And you were saying you've brought cheese here, you have the swordfish. There are certain components you always want to have. Talk to me about your ideal charcuterie.
The biggest thing you want is you want contrast. You want different flavors, different textures, and you need components on the charcuterie board that are both aesthetically pleasing, but are also going to break up the heaviness and some of the fat that is what you want with charcuterie. That's where all the flavor is, but then you need to sort of cleanse your palate. And you can do that with things like pickles, jams, cured olives, and also, of course, with different types of wine.
And wine. So people love to kind of have people share everything. You have an outdoor dining space, which is rare.
Yeah.
On the water in Boston.
Yeah, prime location, beautiful 40-seat patio right there in the water.
So nice. So in the summertime, it's rosé season, right?
That's right.
What do you recommend?
So we have this is a French rosé that we have right here. We also have a Riesling, and for
Very
red,
sweet.
we have a Grenache because you can drink red or white with charcuterie. Red, specifically Grenache, has a lot of tannin, which does a really good job of cleansing your palate when you're between bites, so you sort of are refreshed and you have the ability to enjoy. There's so many different flavors and textures on a charcuterie.
Right. So you have what 2 kind of cheeses do you have here?
We have 2 locally produced cheeses. There's a cheddar from Jasper Hill, and this is Whitney, also produced in Vermont.
And a little jam and pâté. Yes.
That is a rillette of confit duck.
So duck confit. And show us how to make the roses.
Well, I'd like you to show us. So the first thing to do, this is chorizo, Spanish-style chorizo. I trained and lived in Spain for several months as a personal chef very early in my career. And
the chorizo is very important.
The chorizo is very important, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up all these thinly sliced pieces. And I do want to mention, when you're dealing with sliced charcuterie like this, it's always better to buy it whole. If you go to a market in Spain, you're not going to buy it already sliced. You're going to buy the whole.
You want to do that yourself at home.
Right, because it oxidizes so quickly and the flavor changes really, really rapidly. So it's important. And if you come and you dine with us at the Block, we're slicing it to order right in front of you.
So you can really see the whole process. Okay.
So you line it all up.
So you've got a whole row here.
Yep, and then you just gently, and you don't want to press because then you're going to stick all the pieces together. And then you just take the bottom and press it on the table.
Ah,
and you make
very
your
clever.
little rose.
Very nice. That's the thing. Making a beautiful charcuterie board has become a big part of the summer. And you also are going to have a shop on site so people can take things home if they want to.
Yeah, we're offering a lot of what you see on this board retail as well, which is really cool for the locals and, again, for the neighborhood to be able to come and enjoy.
Excellent. What's your favorite dish that you're going to offer this summer? Or favorite food item that you think people are really going to look forward to?
I think, well, first off, we actually have a killer burger. At the block. And we're offering it at the bar, but it's really unique because that dry aging program that I was mentioning earlier, all of the not perfect pieces with all that flavor, the fat and all the chain from the different meats, we add all that to the burger and we put some of that giardiniera on there as well. And it is so much flavor in that burger. It's awesome.
That's great. How can people find the block? What's the address, just so people can make sure to get there, and the website?
It's 300 Pier 4 Boulevard, the same address as our other restaurant, Woods Hill Pier 4.
Excellent.
Right on the tip of the water, and the website is theblock@woodshill.com.
Terrific. Well, Chef Charlie Foster, thanks so much. People will really enjoy this summer. A glass of rosé, some charcuterie. It's going to be a great summer in Boston.
Can't wait.
Thanks so much.